The Xbox One and you. Alright, so I'm sure if you're watching this video now, you will know that Microsoft unveiled their new console, the Xbox One. And I'm going to say, the good, the bad, and the ugly. However, in this case, the bad and the ugly outweigh the good, typically with Microsoft. The good, so the Xbox One now has a feature that allows you to play back gameplay and upload videos to social networks. It's a fairly neat feature, but it's not very impressive, and I don't exactly think that the audience Microsoft is marketing to will really care. Maybe the Halo TV series will be okay, so long as that bald fuck Frankie doesn't get his hands on it and say, "We want to make something along the lines of Halo Legends, like The Odd One Out or The Package. It would be really great. We want to appeal to the younger audience. This way we can maximize sales for merchandise and the video games." However, I can see this happening like the sun rising tomorrow fucking morning. Now, gathered from the conference, Microsoft is kicking themselves in the teeth with the Xbox One, only because the sole audience for their console is North America. With having this new console as more of a digital TV box that can also play games, Jesus Christ, Microsoft. Just do what the damn thing was made to do. Play some fucking games. I assume the Xbox One was named Xbox One to represent unity. Well, how can you achieve unity when you give more benefits to people who are privileged enough to be born in the USA, when the world asks, "What do we get?" you simply shrug your shoulders, alienating the rest of your core audience to appeal to the casual market. Call of Duty, seriously. The continued investment and marketing partnership with Activision has run its course. It's funny how no one plays Call of Duty for the campaign, and the main highlight of the newest installment is an Academy Award winning writer who is working on the campaign. Who really gives a shit? Call of Duty Ghost, Dog Simulator, woof woof, smoke weed, faggot, woof woof. How about trying to draw in a bigger core audience with new and exciting IPs instead of the highlight of a series being a rehash this time with dogs? You couldn't have really thought people would take you seriously, would you, Microsoft? The bad and the ugly. So the rage is surrounding the fact that Microsoft said games will be played from the hard drive, meaning used games will now have to be paid for in full price again if you bought the game used. Now, more than Microsoft cares to realize, this goes back to the point of more fans living overseas with higher costs of living. Now, $60 for a new game is like, oh, okay, I make $550 a week, so that isn't half bad, which it isn't. $60 is fairly reasonable for a brand new game, but in other countries, some of us have to pay twice as much on average to get games brand new, such as Australia, where we have to pay $110 or $100 for a brand new game. Sounds pretty fair, don't you think? Wrong. So, if we want to wait for a pre-owned copy now for whatever AAA titles get released on next-gen platforms, you're saying, "But you didn't pay me for the game. Hand over the money or you can't play." Well, someone already gave you the money for that particular copy, and now you want someone to fork over more money for a second-hand copy? Get fucking real. By doing this, Microsoft has kicked themselves in the teeth. Once more. The other part about this is that it kills the retail industry even more. But no one uses retail anymore. This cuts out the middleman. So now gamers can have their fair trade games like we have fair trade chocolate and espresso. Okay then, why do we still have to pay $110 fucking dollars from you if there's no middleman trying to make a fucking buck? It's a system that only particularly works for the PC because PC stands for personal computer, and PC gamers don't have to worry about secondhand copies because they don't have to share their games with anyone else. Forcing this upon a core audience is just instigating hatred towards the Xbox One. It is clearly a scheme that I can imagine the people at head office rubbing their hands together saying, "A sucker is born every minute," while they sniff up their free air. Oh, and for closing, Xbox One is the stupidest fucking name I ever heard for a third-generation console.